The motor is coupled to the original transmission of the vehicle. There's a housing here that houses the clutch from the original car, to which the axle of the electric motor has been mated. It also has a back axle on this engine. This is a Warp 9 motor from Netgain. And on the back axle here, you have a pickup for the tachometer, which provides a signal all the way back to the front of the vehicle in order to provide the tach signal. The motor is fed via this contactor, which also provides power to the positive side of the motor controller, which can be found here. This is a 1000 amp Logisystems 144 volt to 156 volt nominal controller, which can also go all the way down to 96, or actually 78 volts, I believe. And it sees an input again from the main contactor, which is this device right here, and it sees the main negative input provided via this black wire through the motor controller shunt here and back into the controller. The voltage being supplied to the motor is seen through this shunt resistor here, as instrumented again when we select inside of the cockpit to read the motor amperage instead of the controller amperage or battery amperage. It's important to see the motor amperage to make sure that we're not running the motor overly hot in some situations. We also see from here, this is the half pack voltage that comes in right through here, through the conduit on the passenger side, and it goes through the fuse. So you have a fuse which provides obviously braking power in the event of to provide over amperage protection, and it also splits the front and back pack right there. It goes into this battery, which finds itself at 48 volts, provides the next jump to 60, and then over to 72, over to 84, and then through to 96, all the way back to the pack. Also of note here is the it's called the pot box or potentiometer box. You can see this is a PB6 model from Curtis, or a modified version thereof, which has a standard pull cable in order to move this lever arm. As the lever arm travels across, it varies the resistance in the circuit, which then tells the controller how much power to put out. There's also right here a inertia switch. The inertia switch provides a cutoff in the event that the car should be in an accident. It will cut the 12 volt supply to the contactor, thereby shutting down the system. There are also various fusings for the different relays. There are indicator relays here for the correct position of the switch, as well as overheating and contactor position. All those are read back to instrumentation that used to be for example, engine temperature and other indicators in the original dashboard. You see the over here is the charger for the back set of batteries, again providing 48 volts, as well as the AC input for that charger. And over here we see temperature control for the battery heaters. The battery heaters are simply third-party engine block heaters. They come in the form of a mat, which are obviously for automotive rating, and they find themselves as the yellow that you can see buried here and here that go directly underneath all these batteries. You see the batteries are both tied down via metal strapping, as well as a threaded rod for vertical hold down, as well vertical hold down, and front back are these red 1-inch straps that are rated for over 10 Gs. Those are provided both in the back batteries and in the front batteries.